Good evening. My name is Seung Choi. It is truly an honor to represent LAKMA to welcome all of you to this Friendship and Harmony concert. Before I start, I'd like to recognize a couple of people who are very important to making today's concert a reality. First, I want to thank our Ambassador Lee Won-ik in Ankara and our Counsel General Kim Young-wan. Their official blessings in connecting us to the right people really means a lot to us. Counsel Kim is actually here with us today. Can you please stand up so that we can recognize you? And thank you for everything you do for our community and for your leadership. It is also a great privilege to introduce in advance Sinan Kuzum. You will see him shortly. You can applaud him at the time. He's a Turkish Consul General, and he gave us a lot of great advices and helped us each step of the way. He'll be up here shortly to greet us too. We also have the honor of having Dean of Consular Corps, Mr. Kuzum with us today. Can you also please stand up for us? He's the Dean of all the Councils, so he's in charge of friendship and harmony of all the nations in this city, so you're in the right place, friendship and harmony. And I'd also like to introduce Mr. David Kim. He's running for the Congress to represent our K-Town. I met him a couple of weeks ago during the Peace Korea Now convention. He's really a nice young man, so why don't you also stand up so we can decide whether or not we're going to vote for you. Really nice young man. Türkiye and Korea, we are brother countries. This special relationship goes back to our ancient days of Goguryeo and Dolwol. They were neighbors, and they fought together against common enemies. And sometimes, some of them were more than just good friends. For example, our famous general, Yeonge Seung, he got lucky and he married a Turkish princess. Did you know that? These close ties between our two nations continue through Silla dynasty. If you check your DNA, especially if your last name is Kim, I'm sure some of you are Kims, don't be surprised to find Turkish genes in your blood. I can say a lot more, but you can look it up. It's true. So it's not surprising that our languages share a common root in an Ural type family. So our grammars and sentence structure share virtually the same. And also, this is the sharing aspect of our blood. Sharing. The shedding of blood occurred during Korean War. When we were in need, our allied nation sent rescue troops. Among them were Turkish soldiers. They fought some of the fiercest battles during the war. And just like their ancestors, they never gave up. And now, 70 years later, when the sun goes down, 480 Turkish souls rest in Busan, Korea. It's their home, away from home. They're our brothers. As you know, our beloved brothers nation has suffered a devastating earthquake in February this year. They're now in tough process of rebuilding. At a time like this, our brother nation must get together to reaffirm our solidarity and remind each other we are in this together. We are not alone. On a brighter note, we are also here to celebrate the centennial of the foundation of Turkish Republic. So there, our Turkish friends are true celebrants today. They are the stars. So I'd like to ask you, on your nation's behalf, to all the Turkish friends, can you all stand up, including the musicians and artists? Kuzum, everybody. Turkish artists. It's a once-in-a-life opportunity. And so it's a happy birthday for them. And as we start, I just want to share with you a couple of snapshots from our mutual family album. First experience happened in 2002. It was a semi-final World Cup game between Korea and Turkey. Remember the Sea of Red Devils? They were upholding gigantic flags of Korea and Turkey. And the game was over. Some of the players were totally exhausted, down and out, and Turkish players reached out to them, picked them up, and they hugged, and they marched together for the entire world to see. Their arms were firmly locked together in solid brotherhood. Next, the last image I want to share with you is that of a little girl and a soldier. It was cold winter night. A little girl was crying in an abandoned house. Then came a brave Turkish soldier with a big heart, and he snatched her out from the jaw of death and took her under his wings. This girl is Ayla, the soldier is Sergeant Suleiman. What's amazing to me is that the comrades did the same thing. They contributed $10 a month, I understand, and they established Ankara School and took care of our Korean orphans. This is our heritage as brother nations, to bring where there's death, destruction, despair, a message of hope, collaboration, and love of brotherhood. This is our ancient legacy that summons us today to carry on as brother nations. As John F. Kennedy would have said at a time like this, we shall not shrink from this responsibility we welcome it. And the energy and the faith, the devotion that we bring to this endeavor will light up our nations. And glow from that fire will truly light the world. I pray that God bless Türkiye and Korea. May God bless America and all the other nations that will join us in this march of brotherhood. Thank you, and we love you, our Turkish brothers and sisters. Teşekkür ederim. Sizi çok seviyoruz.
Hello, good evening. You must wonder why we are here today. Los Angeles, on the east side, thousands of miles away, Korea. On the west side Korea, east side Turkey, thousands of miles away, and we are in the middle of this connection center, Los Angeles. But what brings us together here today is a friendship, is the harmony, just like this event is called. Because the Turks and the Koreans, we are blood brothers. When the Koreans needed us, needed help, we were there. We sent Turkish soldiers to protect our dear Korean sisters and brothers and the values of democracy and freedom. We fought there. We lost almost 1,000 soldiers. That's why we call each other blood brothers. But while we were there, we were not only fighting for these values and our sisters and brothers. The Turkish soldiers took care of the Korean orphans in order to ease the pain, in order to help for Koreans not to lose generations. So they established a school, which is called Ankara School, for Korean orphans so they can continue their education. And maybe you watched the movie, there's a movie called Ayla, and the story is about this. And then in this Ankara School, the Turkish soldiers were teaching a few songs for Korean children, and you're going to hear them tonight with this beautiful orchestra. I hope you will enjoy that. And the second reason we are here is that when we needed help, in this February, 2 big earthquakes happened in my country and we lost thousands of people. And Korean government was one of the first governments sending a search and rescue team. The earthquake happened on February 6th, and the Korean teams were deployed in my country February 7th, from thousands of miles away. They came, and in their first week, they helped to save 19 Turkish citizens under the rubbles. And not only search and rescue teams, but also Korean people there in Korea, here in Los Angeles, in Southern California. You came to help us. You asked me personally. I had emails from you that how can we help? I know some people are here, send something like a tent, like blankets, like warm clothes for those people who were suffering there. Some of you put some money in our bank accounts to send to Turkey. Oh, from Korea, millions of dollars came. From here, many in-kind donations and voluntary donations came to my consulate and I sent them. To be honest, we will never forget that. When we needed, you came to our help just like we did in 1950. Thank you for that, for all Korean people here today with me. And another important thing for tonight, that why we are here, 2023 is a special year for us, for the church, because in 1923 we established a republic. It was established by our great leader Mustafa Kemal Atatürk. He chose democracy and republic for my nation, and this is the 100th year of celebration, and I am so happy that we will be able to celebrate it with our Korean friends, Korean brothers and sisters. For that, I would like to thank LAKMA for making this happen, and Professor Im Sang-yoon for bringing the idea, for cooperating with us, for putting everything here. He was unbelievable. Also, Dr. Choi was the great mind behind this project, and they put together everything together with us in close cooperation. Also, special thanks for our Korean brothers, Korean Consul General Yong-Wan Kim, and Korean Ambassador in Ankara, Wonik Lee. They supported us, they gave their support for this event. And thank you very much for coming and celebrating our National Day together, National Day for 100 years celebration together, for earthquake, commemorating our victims, and celebrating Korean-Turkish friendship. Thank you very much.